I'm just going to do a short little tutorial on MLV plus audio on the HDMI with hard drive recorder attached. I have a Ninja first generation hard drive recorder, and first of all we'll look at the HDMI port. It's a mini HDMI port, so you got to be careful because it is small and it is prone to be broken. And next we need to get the audio from the camera into the hard drive recorder because there's no audio on the HDMI line. So we need a line out, and then we use the headphone jack right there, and then we plug that into the Ninja recorder. Now there's a mic on the camera in front of it, but if you wish to use a line in, there is a mic connector next to the HDMI connector right there, and any 1/8 inch mic will do. It's quite good, and we do get 48 hertz sample 16-bit audio coming into the camera through that port. Okay, so next I'll turn on the camera and the hard drive recorder, and let's go. We have 1080 I being outputted from the HDMI port. Now if you're recording at 24p or 23978 on the cam, you will be getting a signal through the 60i signal embedded. So you'll get a progressive scan 24p signal through the HDMI through the 1080i, and I'll show you how to extract that. And what you need to do is a reverse Telsini or 3-2 pull down. Okay, so we'll go back to monitor, and there we go. We will, let's okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's get this focused a bit. There's a record button. So I'm just going to record right now. And what's going on here, and then we'll go through some settings on the camera, and oops, we'll go through some settings here. I just want to get something to record raw with. Okay, so now as you can see, grab our mic here. Testing. 1 2 1 2. Now as you see in the top with the mic, we are getting right there. We are getting the audio. Now if you run with I'll just turn the overlays off here. If you run with frame override on, or sorry, off, you will see your audio right through here. Now if you run frame override on, oops. If you run with frame override on, and I'll show you that here. Okay. Oop, there you go. Okay, so now those overlays disappear. They don't have that running yet, so I don't know if they are going to be able to get that established. Magic Lantern team, developers, but anyway, so that's what happens. Now let's go through some settings, and then here's some settings I just wanted you to be aware of. There's clear overlays. Now if you're recording through the HDMI recorder, and once you know you have have a raw format frame size that you know that can record continuously, what I do is clear overlays on recording, and that will kill all the overlays. Okay, but for this demonstration I'll just leave it off. And then your advanced settings, when you have an HDMI device connected, it should automatically go to the 16 by 10 HDMI top bottom. So we'll get out of that. And then our RAW, our movie record. So I run with frame override on. Okay, add exact. And you can play with that if you want, but I recommend that on, especially in crop mode, because then it'll make it 23.98. If not in crop mode, it'll be to 30 frames a second. Now, for movie tweaks, I just have the remaining on. These are more for H.264. Now we go in. We will go into the sound. And there is your MLV sound. And you can change your hertz. Oops. You can change your sample rate to 44, 1, 20, 22, etc. Okay, so, and then over here you'll have a summary of all your settings with the little delta triangle, and you'll see my settings. Now we'll go back to the RAW, movie record RAW, and I'll just walk through that quickly. I run at 1872 by 936 at the moment. That's about the maximum size you're going to be able to get with HDMI, but not continuous. Continuous was 1856 by 936 at the moment on the 5D Mark II. I run a 2:1 aspect ratio. I turn my global draw off when it records. And there is, for the HDMI, there's crop marks. And you can run different ones, but for HDMI, you should be on that one. And then you want, depends, I run a Lexar card, so I don't have card warm-up, but on the computer bays and some of the other ones, they kind of need a card warm-up, but that is something you need to do and check out for yourself. Extra hacks on. And your fill method. Typically, I run at either 1 or 0. 0 for crop mode because it's the fastest, and 1 seems to be okay in non-crop mode. Okay? Now, and that is about it. Exit back out. Exit back out. Okay. So there we go. Now what I'll do is I will press the record, and then you'll see what happens on the record mode. To the left you'll see your expected. Right down here you'll see your expected. And that'll go up and down. It'll vary until your card, until it gets buffered right. And then your frames right there, and your time. Your file name, how much is being recorded, and your megabytes per second is being recorded. So there we go, we got continuous recording, and that's the walkthrough for the HDMI recording. Now I'm just going to go through the settings, what it looks like without, with all the overlays killed. Okay, clear overlays on recording, because we know we have continuous recording. Alright, so we still have everything as normal, and then when we hit record, everything goes away. So now we have a complete clean image coming out of the HDMI, no overlays, that you can capture and use as you wish, as your proxy or as a backup. Okay. Stop recording.